Hey guys, it's Tupac, and I am in a game called Home, a unique horror adventure by Benjamin Rivers. And I bought it recently from the Halloween sale. And yeah, I was just thinking, might as well do something for Halloween. Which is, well, I'll upload this on Halloween. It's the day before, it's Wednesday. So, what do I do? Press A. I pressed A and it didn't do anything. Your game will be saved. Put it inside an hour and a half. Oh, I don't have that. Oops. Why is A not working? I'm pressing it. Space, okay. Headphones are on, yes. Move left and right, look up, interact. Window. Oh, it's because my controller's. Let me grab it. Okay, sorry. My controller's plugged in, that's why. Okay. Move left, right, look up. Okay. Go. Let's do it. All I remembered at that point was finding myself alone. Oh, my head. Where was I? It was so dark. Down. There's something by my feet. A flashlight. Hey, that's me. That's me. There's a door. That house. Where was I? What is that? There's a body lying on the floor. Who was it? I don't know. Didn't recognize his face. He was still kind of warm. That's creepy. Okay. Oh. That freaked me out. The controller vibrated. I can go downstairs. But there's also this door. There's a bookshelf. A computer. Desk had a computer and some papers on it. And a single drawer. Didn't want to snoop, but... Did I open the drawer? Yeah. Receipts, pens, and a blurry photo. Looked like a store of some kind. Why did this look so familiar? I don't know. I don't know why I can't, control it. Blood on the wall. It smelled fresh and sickening. I realized there was blood on my shoes and pants. Okay. I can raise it. Okay. So, I can go to the basement. Or downstairs, if I was just assuming I was on the first. Noticed that I limped as I moved down the stairs. How did I hurt my leg, I wondered. All I could really recall was coming home, seeing Rachel. Who's Rachel? Why can't I scroll? I was upset. She looked afraid. I shook my head and tried to clear it. I knew I should head downstairs to find a way out. Bookshelf? The shelf was full of books on local history and hunting. It seemed like the owner of the house really knew the area. And there's this. Oh, hello. Vibrating controller. An old dining table covered in dirty dishes for 2 people. There were dozens of beer cans and other liquor bottles among the dishes. Down, 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 down. Up, down, down. Okay. Black and white photo looked like the man upstairs and his wife, I guessed. There was no reason for me to keep this. Did I take it? Yeah, might as well. Slipped the photo into my pocket. Maybe this would help me find some answers. Okay. I looked at that already. That's where I came from. That's downstairs. It's a mouse. A thin gray mouse was stuck in a trap. It looked frantic but exhausted. Did I free it? Yeah. Bye, mouse. A shovel. A collection of rusty tools. They looked like they'd seen a lot of use and were caked in damp-smelling dirt. Why weren't they in the shed? And that's a photo. photo is similar to the old one I picked up. It'd been moved a lot. There seems to be a switch behind it. Did I push the switch? It depressed smoothly into the wall. I heard a faraway click somewhere. Okay, you gonna... Guess not. And downstairs. There's a door there. The front door was blocked by a pile of furniture. I knew I had to find another way out. Why? Move the furniture. Mirror. I looked like hell. My clothes were dirty and torn, and there was mud caked all over my shoes. It's not mud, man. What the heck? Something slammed. The door was taped up and seemed to be stuck. By the smell, I guess it led to the kitchen. A switch in the wall worked. The door had been unlocked. Okay, cool. What are you? The box looked heavy, but there were marks on the floor. It had obviously been moved before. Maybe I found a way out. I must have moved it, right? I heaved the box forward and it finally gave. I don't want to go down yet. I want to go look at the door I haven't looked at. Oh! Its tape came off. There were sheets of paper all over the kitchen table. It looked like there were a series of names were written down, but they were too smudged to read. I could only make out a few of the notes. Keycard, Ocker, last one I promise. Didn't make much sense at the time. Ocker. Hey, there was a mouse, friend. The smell of old dishes was moldy, and moldy food was dizzying. And the one I did not go to, you. The bathroom was spotless. Everything had been wiped to a sheen. I wondered why it was if it was the man's wife who did the cleaning or him. There was a photo development tray lying on the floor. Some leftover negatives were sticking out, but they were pretty blurry. Why didn't you... It seemed odd that the tray had been left there, considering how clean the rest of the bathroom was. The controls are confusing me. Because I think up went down, so it might be inverted or something. But no, it's not, because I'm, like, doing that and everything. There was a ladder going underground where the box was. A dank smell rose from the passage. Did I climb down the ladder? Yeah. I looked again at the photo I found in the house. The couple looked distant, like they didn't want to be in the same picture. Okay. Maybe they don't. Footprints in the dirt looked more like than one kind, and a lot of traffic. Places all over were marked on the old map of the town. The industrial area near the river, various houses, and even the water tower near the old rail station. Why would the water tower be an odd thing to mark? Newspaper clippings from a local paper. They were all about murders in town over the last few years. Wait. There were photos of our house. What the hell was that about? Maybe I should have looked around more, tried to find some kind of information. Oh, okay. Oh, Rachel, please be okay. I wanted to rush home, but I had to find a way out first, and I needed to see what else was down there. A work table covered in papers, dirt, and a handgun. I hated guns. I didn't take it, did I? Well, if you hate it, I didn't even want to touch the thing. Better I left it where it was. I don't think we need to be getting violent, do we? Oh, that's a ladder. It was so dark down there, and the air smelled stale and putrid. I couldn't believe what I saw. What was this place? What do you see? That's a ladder? Those are hooks. Rusted hooks, like the kind you'd find at a butcher hung from the ceiling. They look pitted and worn from heavy use. The man upstairs, did he do this? It's messed up. Crudely made shelves, they looked like they were holding cans of some kind of corrosive. The labels were worn and slick, but I could see the warnings. That's another ladder. It looked like a cage. It was small, but there was something coating the bottom. Something wet. Blood. And there's a desk and a door. Okay. The desk looked old and was caked with grime. On it was a stack of old faded paper covered with what looked like names. They were scratched down, and illegible notes were written beside them in faded blue ink. I could only make out a few letters. None of it made any sense to me. Well, what were the letters? There's a skeleton. There looked to be bones half dug into the ground, and the remains looked old. The faded clothes that stuck up amongst the dirt looked familiar. Okay. Wait, they looked familiar. What does that mean exactly? I wondered, what would I have found if I dug deeper? Wow, okay. Shovel time. Nothing about Rachel or me was written there. Maybe... no, maybe I needed to keep looking. What are you? The smell in that room was like old grease and... nope. Old grease and rot. I wasn't getting any closer to finding anything useful. Okay, let's grab the shovel. A work table covered in papers, dirt, and a handgun. No, don't take it. I'm sorry. I didn't realize it's the same thing. The guy upstairs must have done this, but what was its interest in the water tower? Some of the marking matched the scribbles I saw on the bookshelf upstairs. So I gotta examine stuff twice? Please be okay. I read that one. Yeah. Okay, that's weird. Boxes would have allowed me to climb up the ladder again. But I didn't want to go back up there, not with that body, not all that blood. Whatever this place was... no, go up. I knew I needed to take a look around. Whatever this place was, it was obviously used a lot. No, get up there. Ah, I need a shovel. Let me up. Ah, I messed up. Should have taken the shovel. I didn't know I could have, but I guess I needed to. Okay, and now... can I examine the hooks again? More and more nauseated the longer I stayed there. I felt sick and weak, like I hadn't eaten for days. Okay. It's a wall. Oh no, it's not a wall. Some kind of old boxes. They looked like they were years old. Wait a minute, these boxes had clothes in them. If I was scared before, I was terrified now. Why were there photos of our house there, and these clothes? Why was that why I was there? Checked my back pocket and realized my wallet was missing. Did I come to that house, or did somebody bring me? I don't know, but that's creepy. Okay, it is the same. There's a door. Hello, bats. I remember noticing the broken ladder. I had to be careful. Don't go on the broken ladder. Go over it. What the heck? Someone's in the wall. There was a rope hanging there. I wasn't sure how sturdy it was. Did I take it? Maybe the rope would make that broken ladder easier to descend. I have the rope now. There must have been a use for it somewhere. Around somewhere. How do I use it? The rope I found would have let me climb down the broken ladder safely. Did I climb down? I could hear a faint hum, and the smell from before starting to get worse. Bunch of old newspapers, we'd pasted together. A message had been hastily smeared on it. Keep out, danger due to cave-in. I wanted nothing more than to get out of there. Okay, that's all it says. That's a fancier door. My hands tingled from the burn of sliding down that rope. I was lucky I found that, but Who knows what would have happened if I had jumped down. Still, it was all I could do to not have rushed out of that awful place. That rack, those terrible tools, what the hell was going on back there? Well, there's that. An exposed ventilation shaft. Maybe someone crawled through there. Oh, it was so high up, that must have been a sore landing. Maybe that's why your legs messed up, man. There was dirt on the ground. It looked wet, and there was grass smeared within. I'm not going up yet. I could hear a faint trickling sound like water. What's that? Water? A kitchen knife covered in drying blood. Thinking about it made me sick. I didn't even want to touch it. Did I take the knife? No. I was relieved to leave the filthy knife right where I found it. You don't need protecting of yourself right now. Maybe you do. Okay, I don't know. Door was locked. There was a musty smell from inside. Well, door 1 has the valve 1. And I wasn't sure, but I thought it was some kind of regulator. I have no idea how it worked. Well, let's just crank the wheel. I wasn't sure what those valves were for. Did I turn it anyway? Why not? Did it turn? Crank it. I wasn't sure what those valves were for. Did I turn it anyway? Doing it 4. Okay, do it. Do it. This one wasn't pumping water anymore. Okay. Is that good? I got an email. Door was locked. Do I go up the ladder? Well, oh yeah, there's this exit. I don't know. Do I want it? There was a rusty ladder sunk into the water, which smelled disgusting. I knew I couldn't climb down that. Maybe I could find a way to drain the putrid water. Did I not? I'd cranked all those valves. Did I need to do a certain order? 1 didn't crank, so I'll try cranking it. Looked like it turned off the water flow in this valve. Never mind. So 1 is good. Thought I could turn this water valve. Yeah. Did he not turn it the first time? Turn it again. Ah, it's gotta do that sound. Turn it. Turn it again. There we go. Okay. You still locked? Okay. I'm gonna go check the ladder before I go down the exit. No, go. You can do it. This ladder. What's up? Disgusting. It was a mess of filthy garbage bags. There were rips and tears in most of the bags. But it looked like an old videotape was sticking out. Did I take the tape? I wasn't sure what I hoped to discover with the tape, but I took it anyway. Maybe it's... I'm assuming it's VHS? I don't know. What do I have on VHS? I have the first Pokemon movie, I think, on VHS. And some Pokemon episodes. Let's go down. Looked like the water drained out of the grate in the wall. There was a small metal key left floating in the shallow pool of rancid water. Did I take it? Yeah, I pocketed the small key, but it was so odd-shaped I had no idea what it might open. So it's probably not the door then. The safety post there had definitely seen better days. How old was that facility? Door was locked. I could see a faint light within. Okay. So someone was in that. There's blood. I Found another dead body, a sewer worker. He was a mess, but he looked like he had been stabbed. I could see a keyring that had fallen out of his pocket. Did I take it? I worked up the nerve to snatch the keyring away and put it in my own pocket. It's not technically looting. I needed it. Oh, I was caught. There was a security camera in the room. There must have been a way to see what had happened. Maybe the VHS tape I found could be useful. Can I use it? Couldn't help. But I wonder if someone was watching me from the other side. And I was feeling even more sick from seeing another dead man. I didn't want to get any more blood on my clothes. Okay, same thing. Now... there's a hint of fresh air here. I must have been near an exit, but I wondered... what did the key on the sewer I found on the sewer worker do? And what was on the videotape I found? And let's go back. Headbutt the ladder a couple times. I used the keyring to unlock the door. The shelf full of security tapes was strictly organized. Though covered in dust, it looked like the tape I found was the one missing from the shelf. You have the stabbing. There was a dusty VCR on the security desk. I wondered what was on the VHS tape I found. Did I play the tape? Oh no. The video showed a man right there in the sewers being attacked. The tape looks fuzzy and stretched, like someone had tampered with it. That's not good. I couldn't stand to watch that video again. Okay, well don't. I just don't know what to do now. I have a weird looking key. And I never got the shovel. This must have been the other end of that ventilation shaft. Whoever used it could have gotten past the flooded room with this. The thought of that videotape still gave me chills. Who was it that didn't want to be seen? And what was in that locked room? Oh, does that mean I should go back? Okay. Wait, the lid was believed to be above ground again. I figured I should keep moving. Oh, so it's just saying you messed up. You should have done that while you had the chance. Okay. There's a ladder up there. And what else? Tried the little key I had fished out of the murky puddle in the sewers. It fit. And I heaved open the rusty door. The wind was picking up a bit. The night air had becoming strangely chilly. I'll go back in. I don't want to be out here yet. What the heck? Where am I? This must have been the entrance to the forest that was mentioned on the map I had seen. I almost wish I had paid more attention to those crazy scribblings. Maybe I would have been less nervous about entering that dark forest. But don't do it. Let's go back. Because I still gotta climb up the ladder. Ooh, there's scribblings right there. No ladder leading up to the ancient water tower. The ladder needed to be extended so I could climb it. Did I extend the ladder? Popped the latch and brought the ladder down. Okay. Oh, that was bad. Let's climb on up. 3 slashes. In a patch of smeared dirt and grass, there was a beat-up old wallet. I thought it was mine. Did I take it? Yeah. The wallet was missing ID or cards, but it had a bit of cash left in it. I slid it into my back pocket and wondered where my credit card and driver's license were. From the railing, I could see over the woods and down to the entrance to the sewers. Had I come through there before? It was getting cool up there, and I shivered with an uneasy sense of what was to come. How did I get home from here? I don't know, man. I don't live here. Okay, let's go out this door, because I have the key for it. Let's just check out. Check what's going on. Nothing. This side? You got something for me? got a door. Now I'm inside. The old train station was quiet as a tomb. The only sound was that of the increasing wind buffeting the decrepit structure. Oh, I saw something move on the ground. Oh, it's stuff dripping through. Okay, there's a door. And there's another door. Oh, there's a map. Good. An old map encased in glass hung on the wall. It was the train routes connected to that old station. As I looked at it, it seemed familiar. Of course, the map I found in those tunnels had similar locations marked, and the notes I found on the other man's bookshelf. Okay. So, there's maps. Multiple maps. It's not really strange, is it? Oh, that's strange. In the torn opening of the ruined train were heaps of dirt and stale water. At the bottom I thought I saw a scrap of cloth. Why does it skip like this? There was too much of a mess on the ground to see any kind of footprints, but someone or something had definitely trod a regular path. Okay, that's creepy. The wind was biting through my thin clothes, and I wasn't sure what else to make of the place. There's eyes. Do you see that? Okay, the other door. Hello? An ancient ticket booth was falling apart and covered in dust and grime. Stacks of paper lined the counter, faded remains of old schedules and reports. That's cool. I couldn't be sure why the man had come to the station before, but it seemed obvious that he had. Okay. And now, I go back and into the dark forest, 'cause I can. I almost wish I had paid more attention. Okay, same thing. Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. Trump rolled into the dirt with a plastic card of some kind. I brushed it off and was surprised to see it was my credit card. I wasn't sure if it was still usable, but it was mine. Did I take back my credit card? Yeah. I pocketed the credit card. Hopefully I could find my driver's license too. I could go that way. Through the fence I could see a dilapidated outbuilding. I wonder if I could find my way around. Okay. So that's a thing. That's where I came from. And I can't go that way. Let's go back and see if I could keep walking. I can. I can go through here. Does this bring me where? Picnic bench. The worn picnic table stood within a circle of trees like an altar. It was covered in faint markings and carvings from who I assumed were previous campers and hikers. I read some of the names and notes on the table's surface. Rytron, K.U. Ma, R, Uncle Phil, Henry, Daniel, David D, Jenny. Seemed like the table had seen a lot of use over the years. Okay, that's cool. Oh, path extended a cold-looking river. I wasn't sure if it was safe to cross like this. Did I cross it? No. In the darkness, it didn't seem wise to try. Maybe there was another option. Why do you even need to cross it? Oh, dude. I don't know your logic sometimes. I mean, I go through here, and geez, where am I? Can I go that way? I can. Oh my gosh. My controller vibrated. There was a fire pit there, and it was still a bit warm, and a few embers still burned at the bottom. 2 folding camping chairs were on the ground. One was knocked over. There were a couple of cans of beer spilled on the ground. Whoever was here left this place in a hurry, but why? Wait, okay. No. No, I want to see the first line. Was someone else out in these woods? Why did they abandon their campsite? Cheap dome tent that slept 2 people. I shone my flashlight inside and could see some bedrolls, 2 backpacks, and their cooler. Take some of that soda. Okay, I'll go this way first. Can't go that way. Could you stop with the vibrating? It's freaking me out. There were some personal effects shoved back into the rock. Wait, there was a notebook there too. Did I read it? Inside the cheap dollar store notebook was page after worn page of names and lists. None of it made much sense. The newest page contained several names. Let me read the names. Who are all these names? I could only think about how much I needed to get home, how much I need to make sure Rachel was okay. Okay, wow. That's where I came from. I don't need to go through there. And what is this? There's that. Oh, I'm in the building. No. Don't look. No. I'm doing it. I don't take warnings from no one. Grammy sink had a small patch in it that looked almost clean. It was recently used, is what that means. There was a damp-smelling plank leaning against the stall door. I might have been able to cross the river with it. Did I take it? Sure. I managed to carry the plank under my arm so it didn't get in the way. So now I can cross the river. There wasn't much in the way of clean water in there, but the sink did work. Okay, good for the sink. Now I can go through here. Where does this bring me? The sign was the same as the first one I had seen. This must have been the exit to the other side of the woods. Oh, so what do I need to cross the river for? I finally found the exit. Once I left, I knew I never wanted to return there. No? I'm gonna cross the river. It's a bad idea, I know. I'm gonna do it, though. And it should be here. And then all the way over. Boom. Plank I found was long enough to form a crude bridge, but I wasn't sure if it would hold. Did I use it? Okay. Did I just lose my bridge? 2 bodies, 2 young ones were half dug into a hasty, shallow grave between the trees. The younger-looking one was still face up, her dead eyes gleaming against my flashlight. They deserved better than that. Did I clean up the gravesite? Yeah. Tried to cover them up a bit more, and I closed the young woman's eyes, fashioned a crude marker. I wasn't sure why, but I felt I had to do something. That's nice. But you also just put evidence on them. The 2 girls weren't carrying ID, so I couldn't determine their names. I only hoped whoever had done this had done it quickly. Wondered now if they had a phone or something at their campsite. Maybe I could call for help. Okay, so I gotta go back to the campsite? Did I cross? Yeah. I mean, I have to, right? And you, then this one, and then all the way over. The inside, suffocating. Olivia, Daphne? Was suffocating. No. Down. Olivia, Daphne. Those are their names. The fire hadn't been extinguished and just died out over time. Okay, so there was no point in me coming. And then I take you, and I'm home free. Goodbye. Through the dense trees, I could finally start to see some light. It must have been at the edge of the forest. I wasn't sure where the path ahead of me led. Okay. Well, let's just take the path, because where else are we going? As I stepped through the gate, I suddenly recognized the outer parts factory where I had worked as a machinist for all those years. The plant had closed almost 3 years ago now. Times were better then. I thought I could hear a faint rustling behind me. Maybe it was just the wind. No, it probably wasn't. Because, you know, this is a game and there's a giant hole in the fence. Okay, I did not know I was going through that. There's a dead body. I found the dead body of a security guard just doing his job, no doubt. His face was covered with blood from some kind of head wound. Wondered, was this flashlight his? What? Dude. Dug into the ground was a cracked old watch. First my wallet, now this. Did I retrieve my watch? Yeah. Watch was useless, but put it on my wrist anyway. I think you murdered everyone, man. Are you the guy who murdered everyone? Like, was that your house with all the basement and you just forgot you did all this bad stuff? There's a locker open. Well, the locker's hung up and its contents were tossed around like someone had been looking for something. Old work clothes had been picked through and a few photos and notes had been ripped off the door and spread around. Okay. Let's go upstairs. Well, no, not yet. The door was locked shut. And there was a little electronic box under the handle. A sign was pasted to the front of the door that said, "Danger closed for repairs." Okay. There was a large power box with 5 lights on it. Cables burst out of the box, snaking off to other parts of the factory. The metal was starting to wear, and cobwebs collected on the corners. The box wasn't receiving power. The door was locked tight. It seemed to be connected to the power box beside it. Oh. So how do I... Didn't look like the power was on yet. And that door's still locked, so I gotta go upstairs and solve the power puzzle. Every part of this plant smelled old and rotted. I noticed the old bulletin board on the wall. No. Go back up. I meant to look at the bulletin board. The board contained yellow clippings of newspaper cartoons and notices. There were notes to and from the guys that worked here. One of them was to Norman, who was one of the older guys on the line. Okay, Norman. No! Go back up. The board contained yellow. Okay. Norman. Can we learn more about Norman? Guess not. My power panel looked like it was shut off. Did I push the switch? Yeah. Might as well. Oh, I can push it again. Power panel still wasn't working. Did I try it again? There we go. The open locker was stuffed with dirty work clothes and old boots. There was a photo of a woman taped to the inside, but it was scratched out and the face was unrecognizable. That's not creepy at all. That woman's photo, I knew I had to get it back to Rachel to find out what happened. Are you going to take it then? The power panel. Pull it. Pull it again. Oh, it's working. It was shut tight. There was a rusty looking card slot on the side. Okay, I need a card. Do you have a card? No. There's upstairs and table. Rolled brick table. The layer of dust and grime only made seeing this sting more. There's a door. This was Norman's locker. The door was dented, like someone had punched it. I don't remember him doing that when we worked there. My head ached, and I recalled the last time Norman, Rachel, and I all had lunch together. Rachel seemed so much more at ease when we all hung out. Okay. Maybe she was scared of you somewhat. Another panel. Okay, pull it. Are you good? You are good. A utility shelf crammed with mismatched tools and items. There was a claw hammer on the shelf. Did I take the hammer? Why not? As I took the hammer, I noticed it wasn't as dusty as the rest of the tools on the shelf. Dude. Someone's been in here, man. The locker was a complete mess. Hidden at the bottom, though, was a magnetic card. Yeah. Do it. Let's go. 2 more switches. go. Oh. There. Now I gotta go all the way back. I think that was 5. That's 3 right there. Like 3 I just passed. I think there were 2 more. I struck with the hammer on the wooden boards came apart easily. After I removed the planks, I left the hammer on the floor. Okay, makes sense. Is that a wall? Yeah, that is a wall. This was my locker. There in the factory. It stank of booze. There was a picture of Rachel on the inside. This room was nothing but bad memories. Okay. You sure had a lot of alcohol at this place. Who did? Maybe the guard outside caught him hiding up here. Okay. Maybe it's Norman. Norman Bates? Downstairs. And then you, and then I have a key card. Key card I found seemed like it would pass through this reader. Did I use it? Yeah. What are you? There was some kind of ventilation hatch in there. It looked like I could jump to the room below. My leg hurt enough as it was, but I couldn't see another option. Did I jump? No. I was too chicken to jump down that broken ladder before. Why do it now? There had to be another way. The room below I just opened with power. So I don't really need to do this, right? Oh. Oh. That's why. Do it. Oh man, my leg hurt like hell. Sorry. There was a crumpled up letter on the floor. It had been scratched out heavily and was hard to make out. Did I try to read it? So the letter was violently scratched out with what looked to be a ballpoint pen. All I could make out was need to... No! I stepped out of the factory, glad to be rid of its smell, out of its memories. I couldn't stop thinking about the room with the bottles in it. Why? Was that guard I found outside really drinking up there? What about Norman? And who had rooted all those lockers? Rooted through all those lockers? I don't know, but I have a feeling we're almost home. I hope we're almost home. There's a hole back in the forest, it looks like. Can't go that way. The garbage bin was a disgusting mess of rotten food in slick black bags. I saw a greenish corner poking out from one of the bags. It was my driver's license. It looked damaged. Did I take it back? Yeah. Cleaned the card off as best I could. It looked pretty beat up. I was made to have found my credit card, now this. Okay. Nice. Did someone steal this from me? I wonder why they would have stashed it there. Sounded like it was going to start raining again. Okay, well, let's go inside. I entered Norman's place. This was the back of the store he ran. It was utterly quiet except for the faint sound of television. Why are we in his house? Entrance to the front is locked from the inside. Okay, let's go up. There's a coat. What the hell? One of Rachel's old autumn coats hung on a rack. That was Norman's bedroom, wasn't it? What was this doing there? Uh-oh. A speck of something dark and wet stained under the sleeves. Blood? There was a well-maintained gun cabinet here in Norman's room. I didn't know much about guns, but it looked like he kept a few hunting rifles. You know, Norman hunted occasionally, but I didn't know him to be such a collector. Okay. It's not well-kept gun cabinet if they took the cabinet part off. And that's right. Oh, blood. Can't look at it. What was this? It looked like a pull chain hanging from the ceiling. I wonder where it would lead. Did I pull the chain? Gave the chain a single tug and a simple folding ladder to the attic popped down. That's cool. Oh, TV. TV still flickered in some indecipherable channel. Couldn't make out what was on the screen, but that glow just gave me the chills. Turn it off. Okay. Wow, dude. Oh, Norman. Oh no, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Norman, my coworker and one of my few friends I had in this town, lay dead beside his armchair. His face and shirt were covered in blood. It looked like he'd been killed trying to get out. His eyes were still wide with shock. Norman, what was Rachel doing here? Why did you have her coat? Norman, maybe you deserved better. You probably did. Did I close his eyes? Yeah. Closed his eyelids down, shuddering as I did so. Wasn't sure if I wanted to give him peace or I just couldn't stand to think anymore on what was going on. Okay, I totally think, dude, you killed everyone. I hope to hell Rachel had nothing to do with that mess. I think Rachel was cheating on you with him, so you killed him. You kind of went on a rampage. I guess this was Norman's kitchen table. He kept it clean enough, but there were water rings from 2 cups still there in the wood. Never been to Norman's place before. At least I didn't remember ever doing so. Yeah, him and Rachel were, doing stuff. The kitchen trash bin smelled fresh. I didn't dig through that mess, did I? Fine, do it. It's not a hairpin. Why would you pocket a hairpin? It's a hairpin. Takeout containers and food scraps. Looked like Norman was eating for 2. Dude, Rachel. Rachel is not... Are you just obsessed with Rachel? Like, Rachel's been with Norman the entire time? And you were just like, no, she's mine. That's creepy. There was a large cardboard box that hadn't been sealed. Did I open it? I opened the cardboard box and wasn't entirely surprised by what I saw. There were more of Rachel's things, more of my wife's clothes. I just couldn't believe it. My head ached with everything that was running through it. Okay, yeah, he is limping. I just now noticed that. So where do I go now? Am I just gonna use hairpin to pick the lock? The hairpin snapped in half, so I threw it away. The general store was small, but it was clean. I had the usual things: postcards, snacks, magazines, and canned goods. The register was mostly empty, and a fat stack of travel magazines sat beside it. Are you thinking of going somewhere with Rachel, Norman? Dude. The icebox seemed to be unplugged. It must have been off for a while. Most of its contents were half melted. There were various postcards from the area, especially from the tourist traps. One of the postcards showed an old black and white photo of the water tower. Of all the postcards, that one seemed to be the most popular. There were only a few left. That night continued to take horrible turn after horrible turn. It's been weeks since I'd last seen Norman, but to find him like that. It's raining. It's pouring. I would say the old man is snoring, but he's dead. It was locked. This wasn't the right gate. Okay. The gate was locked tight. It was in my house. Oh. This is your house then, I assume. Why do you have a TV next to your trash? The gate was locked tight. It wasn't my house. I knew it wasn't right, but did I look at the letter? The envelope was addressed to Norman. There was no returning address, but the handwriting looked familiar. I took a deep breath and tore open the package. I didn't know what to think. My mind was racing, my heart pounding. I had to get home. I just had to. Why didn't I get to see what it said? I think the Xbox controller is kind of ruining it for me. Wrong gate. This one was locked. I'd entered our backyard. The rain gave me a terrible sense of foreboding. It chilled me through my clothes. blood. I saw that. I held my breath as I approached our back door. I was terrified to step inside. The house was painfully quiet. The only sound was my own breathing, ragged and strained. That's not good. There's our table. Might as well look. I remember having breakfast on this very table. Was that yesterday or sometime before? There's that door. There was a small pile of mail on the floor in front of the mail slot. How long had I been away? Why hadn't Rachel picked this up? Most of its contents were bills. There was a credit card bill there. Did I open it? I ripped up the bill open and read it. To my surprise, it said something about canceling my credit card due to non-payment. What the hell? It's my front door. Front door was locked from inside. I couldn't go out though. I needed to just see if Rachel was here. She's not. Door to the basement, it was locked. Where did I put the damn key? Okay. Door. Didn't make me feel terribly comfortable. Did I keep it anyway? What is it? I replaced the photo on my wall, feeling like I got a part of my life back. Still, the image made me uneasy. Why had I thrown it away? Television. I'd purchased it before I knew I was going to lose my job. I felt pretty guilty about it afterward, but by then it was too late. Rachel was pretty angry about that, I realized. Yeah, you bought a TV and then lost your job? I'd be pretty angry as well. No, keep going. Door was stuck shut. Old-fashioned keyhole underneath the handle. So, pickable or peekable? The books there were half mine, half Rachel's. Hey, now that I look more closely, it looked like the man in the house had some of the same books as I did. That's not creepy. My wife's Rachel's suitcase was sitting on the bed. It was closed, but I had a feeling what was in it. Did I open it? Rachel's suitcase contained clothes, toiletries, and a train ticket. Is this what you were going to do with Norman? Yeah. Rachel, why? Were you really going to run away with Norman? Was I really such a monster? Probably. I think you just killed everyone. One book in particular seemed a bit odd. I remember owning it, but not in that edition. Okay, but I don't know what book it is. Oh, our hallway mirror had been smashed, just pieces scattered on the floor. I couldn't really make myself out anymore. I wasn't sure I wanted to. There's door and a door. My laptop had been left on and only a tiny bit of power left. On the screen was a website about the old water tower. There was a key in the top of the drawer of my desk. Did I take it? Yeah. Pocketed the key. The laptop was warm. It had been running for a while. Jeez, that is a long battery life. Sorry. I need to adjust my sitting. I'd like to finish this in one setting. I don't know. Our sink, which needed to be replaced. I don't know if the tap's always stuck, but I hadn't gotten around to fixing it yet. We were lucky enough to get a house with one of those wonderful old claw-footed bathtubs. It seemed impractical at times, but it was part of what made that house home. Okay. That old house was charming for sure, but it wasn't always easy. So I have a key to the basement. So let's go to the basement. Unlock the basement door. There were old Christmas decorations in the box. I couldn't even remember our last Christmas. The garbage bags were stuffed with old paint cans and supplies. There was a dirty old key here. Did I take the key? Took the small key and I tried to remember what it was for. But it unlocked. We had way too much junk. Okay. I put this divider wall up last summer so we could create a separate room in the basement. I hadn't finished it yet, so the door was stuck, and the drywall was poorly installed. I might have been able to break through if I found something heavy enough. Okay. What would be heavy enough to break through drywall? I don't know. I don't see anything to take. Oh, the grimy key I found in the basement unlocked the door. Totally forgot about this. Looks like the room had been tossed around. The furniture was a mess. Did someone break in here? There was an old crowbar on the floor. Did I need to take the crowbar? Yeah. What did the heavy crowbar? Appreciate its weight. Okay, so I have a crowbar. And I'm limping. Let's go back to the basement. And then go over to the wall. And bust it open. There, break through the wall with the crowbar. With a heave, I swung the crowbar at the wall. I smashed a hole large enough to step through. As I stepped through the broken wall, my breath caught in my throat. This was it. Was Rachel down there? Was she okay? Did you pat? Don't look. Did you put her in this room, man? Because you were messed up. Don't look. I gotta look. A filthy looking pile of rags had been dumped in the corner. The stench of them was awful and made my eyes water. I was terrified to even touch the pile, to see what lay within. But I knew I had to. I'd come this far. After all this searching, after all I had seen, when I looked within the rags, did I finally find my Rachel? Yeah? It was worse than I could have possibly imagined. Within the folds of the rotten-smelling, heavy fabric was the pale, dead figure of my darling wife. Reluctantly exhausted from my journey, I could no longer resist the urge to close my eyes. What the heck? Where am I? Maybe I would use some of Rachel's travel books and go find some place to go. No matter what, I needed some kind of escape. Was my wallet with its contents intact? Either I dropped that stuff or someone else did. The woman's store, that forest, the water tower. Was I at those places before? Yeah. Didn't see how it could have happened any other way. I must have been the one to lose my wallet and its contents. Take it. There, that was decided. What? Okay. This was the old photo of that other man and his wife, I assumed. I found it in that house. I recalled those faded remains that I had found deep underneath his house. What had he done there? What did I think? Was that man involved in this whole mess somehow? Yeah, definitely. Those tunnels, the odd tools in his house, the remains of his wife. If he wasn't innocent, that's for sure. But who had killed him? You had killed him. Then the few broken pieces that had remained of my mirror, I could see my face had grown pale and weak. I couldn't bear to look again. What am I doing? Reflection on the grimy glass was only a shadow, a whisper. Still loved her. Okay. She loved the bathroom, because bathrooms are cool. Unnerved me, because it's quiet. Awkward silences are always awkward. What is that? It's a key card I found in the factory, the one that allowed me to slip through that door. Did I think Norman was going back to the factory? No. No, someone else was using that locker room, but who? Finally run out of power. Good for you. Way too long. But that's a awesome battery life. My laptop's got like 2 hours max. I checked it. That's the bathroom, right? It is. Okay, where else? More importantly, what do I need to do? Because I have no idea. It's a letter I had taken from the postbox. Rachel, were you really having an affair with Norman? She almost seemed worried of what Norman might do. Did he do that to Rachel? No? Norman may have betrayed me, but I didn't think he was capable of that. I hated him. I hated him so much, but I couldn't blame him for what happened to my wife. You did that, man. You did that. Now on, I have no one to get angry with me for stupid things like buying this TV. That's a weird silver lining, but okay. What is my guy's name? I don't know. My old office safe sat on the floor. Used a digital passcode lock. Did I try to open it? I have no idea. Do I type? That's good. That wasn't it. I couldn't. I leafed through the notebook I had taken from the forest. Heather, Olivia. No. Okay. Was he the one responsible for Rachel's murder? But I had found him dead. I don't know the passcode. Let's go downstairs. Basement. Seemed like I had seen all there was. Maybe I thought I was ready to go back into the basement. Mail still sat there. Seemed like the mail had been there for a while. Yep, sure had. Basement time. Maybe there wouldn't be anything for me to find, but I had to take a last look. Now that I stood there, I realized I couldn't go back into that room again. I had already seen too much. Do it. I need to put an end to this situation one way or another. Do it. I don't know what the other way is. Do I leave? I do. There would be no more dinners here, no more chit-chat over breakfast. At least not for us. Okay. I locked the door. There's no reason to go to the backyard. I don't know why you don't want to go to the basement. I mean, I know why you don't want to. But, I mean, I don't know where else to go. There's nothing for me here anymore. No reason to stay in that house. Did I leave, never to return? Yeah. Yeah, you did. Living in this town hadn't been easy. The plan had helped in some way to stay grounded. Did it again. But I swear I tried to give it up. I know it. The sleepwalking never really went away, though. But I know Rachel had tried. I know she had tried to be there for me, even when everything was falling apart. This night had unearthed terrible truths, but I knew it was the final act of a long-standing horror I'd been living. It was obvious to me that the man I found in that house had something to do with all this. Could he have killed Rachel? It started to seem that there were too many things I had seen to think otherwise. I found the contents of my wallet scattered throughout the town. Why the hell had I been out there? Had my sleepwalking gone to some new extreme? There was a similar list of names on the desk back in those tunnels. What was the connection? Dang it, stop. After the factory, I thought I might find some solace if I could just get to Norman's store. But all I had found there were more horrors and more questions. Now that I really consider it, that's when I should have seen it coming. Norman, what were you and Rachel up to? It was obvious things were more complicated than I'd ever imagined. How long had you been going behind my back? More importantly, why Norman? Whoever had killed Rachel had probably gone after you, too. Did I not say it was... I guess I messed up and didn't say it was him. Maybe they knew about what you were up to. I would never know peace, Norman, but despite your transgressions, a part of me really did hope that you would. When I had marched through the rain towards home, I desperately clung to the hope that this would end. And I guess in a way it did. But how could I have known how hopeless it all was? I started to feel as disoriented as when I had sleepwalked. To think of it now. I guess I should have known from the terrible silence that greeted me when I first stepped into our house and stood there in the kitchen. There was no sound of television, radio, even the air was still. But seeing Rachel there, lying ruined and discarded in the basement, this was a horror I could never have imagined. I don't know if I'd ever find the answers I craved, but I knew that somehow that other man I found was responsible for this. No, I messed up. I mean, I said he was involved. I didn't mean he was the murderer. If not directly, he must have had a hand in Rachel's death. So what was I doing in that damned house of his? Had I found out? Had I killed him? My damned condition made it difficult to know. Memories and time frames were always a mess, and I could never be sure. Knowing that man was dead, though, was cold comfort. My wife was gone, and no matter what happened to me now, I was lost forever. As I swung open the door and stepped into the air, I caught the scent of wet grass and fog. Rachel, my beautiful wife, just the thought of her again, cold and inert, shook me from head to toe. What would I do now? Who would I turn to? It would only be a matter of time before the police got involved, before the neighbors knew. The front lawn was soft and giving beneath my feet, and I couldn't shake the urge that I shouldn't stand there, but rather I should run. Okay. So that was home. I kind of liked how they did all the choices, but I should not have been using my Xbox controller. Should have unplugged it, because it skipped a lot of parts that I think were important. But yeah, happy Halloween, guys. Thanks for ongoing moral and technical support. True Doom. Son of Snake. Those are cool nicknames. Dedicated to my wife Nancy. Watch your back. Whoa. Okay. Did she cheat on you? Press A to share your story. What happened to you? Oh. I'll press A. Oh, hello, what happened?